Hi, there is something else that I wanted to add to my interview. There was a time that I had got busted in my head with a baseball bat. It was the night before Thanksgiving.
A baseball bat.
A baseball bat in my house with my baby father. We were fighting.
This must have been like after a few years or something.
Oh, after we were in a relationship. This was years. We had kids together.
So I mean, the abuse starts small.
It starts small, but the abuse is going to get so much bigger and worse.
So a metal baseball bat.
I had a bat. I've also gotten pushed into a doorway and had stitches in my head. I've had stitches in my eyebrow where I got punched in a car driving with my brother-in-law. I've called the police. I've had stitches. They had domestic counselors talk to me in the hospital. They still never arrested him. The court case went on. The judge dismissed the cases.
Yeah, pictures and everything?
Everything. They did ACDCs on the gentleman. If you stay out of trouble for 6 months, we won't lock you up. The case will be dismissed. That's the key factor that they tell the gentleman in the courtroom will ACDC you. That you can't take these scars from me that he put on me through an ACDC.
But now listen, here's the other twist here. I mean, there's men watching this who, based on what you're saying, they can just go like beat up their woman and think that, you know, it's going to be all right.
It's never all right. Because just as you're abusing that woman.
I mean, legally, it's, you know, they won't.
It may be legal.
Get away with it.
They may think they're getting away with it, and the law may allow you to get away with it. But when it all hits you down to reality, that same woman that you're beating, that baby mother, the person you're supposed to love and have kids with, remember you have a daughter, and your daughter may end up in the same situation that you put another woman in. And it can backfire just fast as on you as you put it on somebody else.
Okay, so just talk to the men for a minute.
Men,
women are always talking to women about domestic abuse. Talk to a guy who's like involved in this right now, where he's going home tonight, like
to beat on a woman,
and he knows that he's going like
the only thing I can ask you, men, is stop beating the woman that you say you love. Because if you love her, you wouldn't beat her and you wouldn't hurt her. And there is help out there. You can go and get counseling just as well and keep it undercover. Nobody has to know about your counseling, but you do need to get the help, because if you're beating on somebody, you have a very serious anger problem. You may hit a woman and think you're just slapping her around, but I'm here to tell you, I got slapped around too and hit a wall and it split my head wide open.
What about just grabbing the person?
You could kill somebody just from the slightest grab, the slightest touch, the slightest push. And I know everybody knows about the tragic story from the West Side on Kenya. She was abused by her husband. I believe she was only married to for a couple of years, no kids. He beat her so bad, and he locked her in a closet from her family for 3 or 4 days until they found her body. She was so badly beaten that they couldn't even have an open casket for her because he broke her eye sockets. And that's the strength of how bad the domestic violence really can become, is till you really end up killing somebody, and you may not mean it, but you can't take it back. Okay, that's why I'm urging men, please get some help.
All right, so listen, you want to start a group or something?
I want to start a group for women in Buffalo and Amherst. It don't really matter what part of the city or the state you're from. I'm just trying to get women together and get the help that they need so we can stand together and unite and stop the domestic violence. Because if we don't stop it now, your kids, your grandkids, and their grandkids are going to go through it just like we are, because nobody's stopping it. You have to stop something to better it.
Can men come too?
Men, women, it doesn't matter. We're all here together. If we all can talk together, then we can work out these problems together. And that's what it needs. People to learn to sit down and talk instead of being so aggressive and violent. Talking can communicate and open up a lot of doors before punching somebody in the face. You're scaring somebody to make them do what you want them to do. And that's not fair to them.
Okay, Kim. So give that email address one more time.
Kimberly.
Abuse. Help. At gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Kimberly Abuse Help at gmail.com.
And I'm urging anybody out there that has something to say and you just don't want nobody else to know, please email me and let me know, and maybe I can be the one to come and help, or at least set you right.